The Chinese have decided that they are not going to go along with the Paris climate accords. And well, you know what? That's what Xi Jinping's been telling us all along. So that really should not be news to anyone. But apparently it is. You may be aware that John Kerry went over there to try to negotiate with Xi Jinping. And apparently Xi Jinping just rubbed it in his face. This is all in spite of the fact that Blinken went over there, Yellen, and of course, Kerry. And then Henry Kissinger too. And I guess Henry Kissinger probably had other things on mind. Of course, he's the one who supposedly got us in bed with a dragon early on, and had the dragon as our counter to the big bear at the time when he went over there. Initially, the dragon wasn't such a big deal, but the dragon had a lot of potential energy, which it has unleashed now. And in terms of energy, it's still continuing to unleash. So what you need to know is China's building coal-fired power plants, hand over fist. Not only that, they're burning the dirtiest coal. They're not just burning the stuff that that we use here in the West. They're burning the dirty stuff because it's cheaper. Now I used to date this girl from Guangdong, China, mainland China, and she would come over and she would often send me pictures from Guangdong, and the air was so thick you could cut the knife. She was a science teacher, and she's planning to retire here in the United States. Maybe she's already done it, but she wanted out in part because just the air was so hard to breathe there. She thought the air was so much clearer here and so much more room here. She liked it here, and I think she's generally a good lady. So I'm not have anything bad to say about her, even though I am worried about a lot of people, the military age young men coming over, because of what we've been told about a lot of them performing, Chinese special forces military rituals and quite a few other things, then come over here and playing with their nugs as soon as they get across the border at the nug ranges. Now, if you don't know what a nug is, that's code word on my channel. Flip the word around and you'll get what I'm putting down. All right, guys. So what's it really mean? You got to realize that most of this green deal stuff that we're equipping ourselves with here in this country, the solar panels, all the batteries, they're coming from and being manufactured in China from all those dirty factories and from all their dirty systems there, in terms of CO2, if you call that dirty. So it just so happens it's claimed by the Heritage Foundation that the United States stopped all fossil fuel, all carbon emissions, like right now, that the only change and difference it would make by the year 2100 would be 0.2 of 1 degree Celsius. That's the claim made. So all this stuff that we're doing, all this stuff the Biden administration is laying on, is coming after all of our appliances, coming after our gas burning engines in our vehicles and our lawnmowers, our leaf blowers, and just everything you can shake a stick at won't amount to a hill of beans compared to what China's doing. And you got to realize China probably thinks the Paris Accord was funny anyway. All the Western countries are basically deindustrializing while they just build up. So it's to their great advantage that they get to industrialize and build and maintain power while we stand down. That's what it really boils down to in the ultimate end. So what advantage do we gain in the bottom line? Can we really make a difference? I'm seeing articles that are suggesting, well, the Gulf Stream is going to shut down. I saw articles that claim it's going to happen decades from now, and then somebody just popped out one a year after next, it might shut down. And of course, if we don't stop everything right now, it might shut down. Well, there ain't anything we can do about it. If it's going to shut down, it's going to shut down at this point. So, we're having some hot weather. It's been hot in the Southwest. But, you got to consider all these places like Phoenix or heat islands. They just keep building. And then you got to also add into the fact that we're coming into solar maximum. And we have a super El Nino going on right now, and that's just a cycle. Apparently, some say it's geologically driven. I don't know, guys, but El Ninos and El Ninos have been going on for a long, long time. And sometimes you get these super cycles where they just kind of pile up on each other because it was kind of holding off for a while anyway. So these things all contribute to warming too. And so, yeah, CO2 is a greenhouse gas, but it's a very, very trace gas. 400 parts per million is a tiny trace amount of gas in the atmosphere. And it's actually plant food. The stomata and the least of plants are optimized for 1,200 parts per million, because we've had occasions in our Earth's history where CO2 levels have been far greater than they are today. And in fact, one of the great stores of CO2 is the Himalaya mountains. When those mountains are driven up, those rocks absorb CO2 and it cooled the climate down quite a bit. That and among other things. And maybe fossil fuels being buried. So in part, by burning fossil fuels, we're returning some of the CO2 that was once in the atmosphere. Will it have effects on us? The thing at this point in time, there's probably not a lot we can do one way or the other. If a lot of people are blaming a lot of this stuff on that, but also, we got this thing where jet stream being very sinuous like a snake. Now, I saw years ago where people were saying, well, our jet stream is going to get more sinuous because our magnetic field is decreasing. They gave a big explanation for why that's the driver. But of course, now the only driver is temperature. And they tell me that the forest fires up in Canada were driven by temperature. And every time I go up and look, it's not that hot up there. In fact, I wouldn't consider it hot at all. It may be warmer than typical, but the main thing there is it's dry, and we've got a lot of undergrowth that's not been managed well and grew up for a while, and things are going to burn. So, it's a big question. I'm not claiming to have all the answers, but what I'm telling you in the bottom line is we do have challenges coming forward, and we just got to prep and be ready for them, whatever they are. There's claims that the crops are going to be, because of the jet stream doing this stuff, it's going to cause more crop growth challenges. Now, when I was a kid, I remember reading an article that said that we have had the most climate stable period in the last 100 years that we know of in the geological record. It's been great for our agriculture. Well, maybe that time is just running out. Maybe that's what's happening, and we're coming back into more of a boom, 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 and that may make it hard on our heavy industrialized agricultural base that we've developed. So these are all reasons you need to grow your own food. I keep telling you guys that. And, you can develop your gardens where they're more shielded from things like that. You can put rock, in France, they used to grow gardens. They had these rock walls, and they would put their gardens down inside, these cells basically. And what those did is they provided thermal mass to help hold the heat in for the wintertime, so they can extend the crop growth. And they didn't even put anything over the top, not a greenhouse. You can always do greenhouses. When it's hot, you can pull shade cloth over if you need to. So there's different things you can do to extend your growing season anywhere in the world. My friend Uday's always, she grows a lot of stuff up in Maine. In fact, she grows as much food as the DeVace family in Maine. I've had somebody connect. Oh, Greg, we can't. No, somebody up in Vermont. So shut me that. Greg, I was too far up north. I can't do it. She's way up in Maine. She's further north than that guy. So, can't, never, could, do nothing. That's what my dad always said. Can't, never, could, do nothing. If your attitude is can't, I can't, well, you can't. That's exactly right, because it's your attitude. So, yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. That's another thing my dad always said. My dad was full of wisdom. I got some videos. Go way back on my channel if you look below and go through the playlist. I still haven't taken down that playlist. I think I'm going to put some other stuff up. But a lot of good advice from my dad, who was born in 1921, was at the Battle of the Bulge and quite a few things like that. So let me update the chat room here, so who's in here. Now, I'm about to go through some articles here to show you some background on this stuff. And the war in Ukraine is still a slugfest. The Ukrainians are advancing around Bakhmut, and the Russians are advancing in other areas. And then the Russians are attacking. But now they're attacking grain ports close to Romania, real close to Romania. I mean, they could accidentally hit NATO territory with some of the missiles they're launching, but they're hitting the ones that are on the Danube River. And I've already mentioned earlier, the Danube River is kind of dry. It's not much of a good grain transportation system at the moment as it is. I'm not getting the chat room coming up. There we go. Maybe it'll come up now. So there's a lot of challenges right now around the world with food supply. That's what that boils down to. That's the whole reason I bring that stuff up. I'm not taking sides one way or the other in that conflagration. I see new these in the room. Jesse, Stan, Colorado Jan. All right, guys, so I'm going to try to get through the articles before I really address the chat room for the benefits of the coffee crowd that likes to watch stuff in the morning. My apologies for not posting a coffee crowd video this morning. I got off on a tangent. I wanted to cover this climate stuff for this morning's video, or the morning before it, I guess now. But I got off on a tangent. I thought I had a hotter story with Zaporizhia, but when I got really digging into it, I said, this is a nothing burger. By the time I got down that rabbit hole, I was too late to recover and come back and build a story for the morning video. So that's why, if you're the coffee crowd, I didn't have anything up for you this morning. My apologies. All righty, let's go over here and start sharing the stuff, guys, because everybody wants to see the news. And before I share, I'm gonna bring up one thing here. Because of all this food shortage that we may be coming into, I'm not going to share this yet. Just because of all this food shortage we may be coming into, I highly encourage you to go to prepwithgreg.com. Now, there's a lot of choices in long-term food supply. I'm going to show you a couple of different examples. Now, no doubt, this stuff is good stuff here. I don't sell this stuff because I don't have a warehouse to put it in and a distribution system for it. But this is good stuff. And there's a couple of channels that have a warehouse that can ship this kind of stuff out to you. But this is what I'm an affiliate for. Now, like I said, this is good stuff. And it's right, nice, pretty stuff. I am not going to disparage on it, but I will show you one thing, what you need to know. If you read, hey, Rodney, how you doing? Appreciate it, buddy. Salute. Rodney Middleton. Let me show you something about this. If you're already looking for long-term food storage, you need to know this before you go down this hole. This has got an expiration date of just 5 years from now. That's the best buy date, October 2027. Okay. Well, everything might hit the fan well before then, so maybe that'll be fine. That's the best buy date. See there, guys? I don't lie to you guys. So it's good stuff. Yeah, it's great stuff. But if you really want I invested heavy in long-term food supply. I got number 10 cans, a whole bunch of them. And some of that stuff I bought 10 or 15 years ago, and I wasn't planning to get into it till I had to. If it was only good for 5 years, I'd be in a creek up a paddle that I would have lost my investment if I hadn't ate it earlier. But that's why I like stuff that's going to last a long time. And that's what this does. Go to preparedness.com and you get this stuff. It says it's good, up to 25 years shelf life. But honestly, a lot of the literature on this stuff used to say 30 years on this kind of freeze-dried food. The thing about this is like a paper package. If you got that wet, I don't know how long that would hold up. It might. It's kind of waxed, but this is it might hold up. This package is very durable. It's going to hold up. You can bury this stuff. You can bury this package just like this. It'll be dig it up. I'll jump poke a hole in it. It'll be fine. But this comes in a sealed bucket. So if you want to hide your food, make a cache out of it, this is good stuff. If you want to, it's lightweight. It's easy to bug out with. That's a good thing about it. It's easy to put in your backpack. Well, that other stuff is easy to put in your backpack too. I'm not disparaging. I'm just saying, hey, if you want the stuff that's going to last you 25, 30 years, go to prepwithgreg.com because, and this is a good time to go there. Reason being is they still got the same price they've had for a long time. And I'm expecting with the price of grain and all that stuff, that's going to go up. Hey, John, I appreciate that, man. For president, I don't know if I'd have the job. I certainly would tackle some things if I had it, though. I don't want to get rid of the deep state. Oops, I got to be careful what I say on here. Let me go in and share now, guys. So once again, if you come in here to prepwithgreg.com, right now we got a 25% off deal, which is $200 off. This is the same price they've had for some time. I don't know how they've kept the price of the food going up, but a lot of the base ingredients this are going up. So I don't know how long I would expect this to be available. I'm expecting they can't do this much longer. With the prices going up the way they're going to be going up, with the 40% of the world's rice now exports being shut down from India, with all the stuff from Russia and what's my screen blank? Are we in share mode? I'm showing this is being shared. There it is. Okay, just a delay there. All right, so this stuff here is this is a great deal when you consider how long it lasts, how easy to bug out with it is, how lightweight it is, And, you know, for 3 months, that kind of price, I can't eat for a month. Yeah, that's a month for me. So think about it, guys. Food will last 30 years, and it takes a lot of process to make it last long. But if you can't handle that, 2 weeks supply is just $127. So, you know, and maybe that's all you need, just enough to kind of get you over. And you know, I tell you guys to go to the big box stores. I tell you guys to go to the, you know, to get your beans and rice and stuff like that. You know, you don't want to be like this though. But that stuff is already getting sparse from what I'm hearing, some of those stores. So get it while getting's good. That's what I've always said. Now, you know, in all fairness, guys, if I didn't think there was value in something, I wouldn't promote it. And there is a device that I could sell on my channel, because I talk about the power grid all the time and have for you know, almost 5 years now. There is a device out there that I can make a ton more money on. I don't make anything off this stuff hardly anymore. There's probably the best money maker I could do is a device called a Shield. It's got the words EMP on the front end of it. That's a huge money maker. They offer huge incentives to affiliates with it, and I don't promote it because I don't believe in it. So I'm not going to sell you. I'm not going to promote something I don't believe in. I don't believe in that, so I'm not going to promote it. I hope that's enough said. If you gave me one, I wouldn't even bother to install it. That's how much I don't believe in it. You know, they claim everybody in the power grid community uses. I'm a member of 2 power grid committees, 2 national power grid committees, and nobody in any of those committees use that stuff. Good grief. Anyway, now they probably want to come after me. Well, they can do it. I'll fry some on live video if they do. I'll burn one up on live video just to, you know, if they come after me. So anyway, guys, here we are. Yeah, I had one of my followers tell me he had one in his house and they had a lightning strike and it burnt. And he fried a bunch of stuff in his house. So it didn't do him any good. So, you know, so much for the E2 part of the EMP field. So Billy Gates, there you go. And I got to agree with that statement. So yeah, hey, New Days, go to my last video. Hey, Michelle, thank you. Go to my last video and you'll see my latest links. I've updated the links and the coupon codes for the gold backs and also for C60. I'm now official C60 dealer. So maybe I'll show you something on that toward the end here. You know, Michelle, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much there. Salute, Michelle. All right, guys. So here it is. This is where Xi Jinping said, nope, we're going to keep going the way we're going. And so, you know, so the whole point of this article is all these painful $10 billion cost efforts that the current administration of the media proclaimed president, you know, they always talk about Lukashenko. They always say Lukashenko is a self-proclaimed president of Ukraine. So maybe I like to refer to ours as a media proclaimed president. Anyway, yeah, let's see here. So let's go on now. Hey, now for the for C60, it's Green Greg's 10. I guess it's Green Greg's on Defy the Grid. All right, guys. So yeah, you can get a discount now on both. So China, it says, nah, we ain't going to do it. And anyway, clear slap in America's face, whatever they want to call it here, you know. You know, but this is what Xi Jinping's been saying all along. And actually, under the accords and things they agreed to, really, they gave China a big break to start with. Oh, we're still a developing nation. Well, the developing, heck, they got the world's manufacturer. Hey, Samuel Turner, thank you, sir. Salute. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Keep up your fine work. You know, I'm trying to share the knowledge with you guys. I'm trying to put it out. I'm trying to be real. If somebody thinks I'm not being real, just tell me why you think that. I like to hear it. You know, if you don't agree, tell me in the notes below or chat room or somewhere, guys. See, look here, guys. They're coming after your home appliances and they admit it. They're coming after everything. Your washing machine, your dryer, your dishwasher, your hot water heater. They've already come after your light bulbs. They're coming after it all, and they finally admitted it. But what point is it when it's going to make such little difference? And Xi Jinping's not going along with it. Like I did a recent video which showed that, oops, I lost something. What happened? There it is. one of my recent videos I did showed you why the electric vehicles are actually probably carbon negative. You're probably putting more carbon in the atmosphere running those things than you would be if you drove a gas guzzler. Hey, appreciate it, John. Thank you. All right, love from Liverpool. Good to see you from Liverpool. All right. Yeah, I believe the CSS Alabama was built in Liverpool. Confederate raider from the war twinks the states from way back. All righty, so daily caller, guys. Yep. And now they're talking about fining companies for buying the wrong kind of light bulb. They already put a manufacturer's ban on a lot of light bulbs. But no, now if you're a company, you buy the wrong type of light bulb, you're going to get a big fine. I mean, gosh, guys, they're just going down crazy stuff. Down the nth degree. You know, hey, CO2 is plant food, you know. So let's kind of have a look at it. You know, some people say it's going to be the end of the world. We can't survive. It won't be. We're all, you know, what did Greta tell us? We're all going to be dead in what, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it was. You know, we've already passed that deadline. I think I'm still alive. Last time I checked, let me see. I feel like it. If I'm not, it's a heck of a dream I'm having. It's a dream. Anyway. 2 million-year-old DNA reveals northern Greenland was once warm and lush. Now, I've told you this before. Yeah, bunny rabbits, mastodons, boids, flowers, lakes, trees, right in the middle of Greenland. But guess what? That wasn't the last time it was warm and lush. Now it comes out, ding, 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 ding. 416,000 years ago, Greenland was green. So, yeah, guys. So this whole idea of Greenland greening is not new. Of course, if all that ice melts, you wouldn't want to be in New York City. But I wouldn't want to be in New York City anyway. I've told y'all guys to get out of the cities, right? If you're not paying attention to that, you need to. Now, I love this about the kind of valleys, river valleys up in Alaska. They're wide and meandering, just like this, where the glaciers have gone through and you got a lot of rubble in them. Yeah, kind of reminds me of the river banks in Alaska where they had glaciers once upon a time, or sometimes they still do. I want to, what she thinks about that, I wouldn't know, Sabrina. If she's really true, she'll use an old rag, right? Like they used to. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that too much. That's outside of what I want to talk about. That's gross. Biden administration settles with the Green Act agrees to clamp down on drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh my gosh, they say they just go on and on. You know, we were energy independent under Trump. Energy independent, but under him we've drained our petroleum reserve. And they say now they'll never be filled back up. Rodney's laughing, huh? All right, guys. So this article asks, is it really hotter now than any time in the last 100,000 years? Well, he says he kind of cringes someday because he says our data really ain't that good. He says it's really not that good, and he kind of speculates and rambles on in this article. But then he comes down here and says that you know, he just basically says that, you know, hey, that we've had warmer times in the past, but you may have to look way back for some of them, compare what they're projecting us to go to. He's accepting the projections. All righty, guys, here they are talking about the Atlantic conveyor could shut down by 2025. You know, that might not be, you know, if you're worried about warming, that actually might stop the warming. Not warming. Warming will go on. So what will happen if this conveyor shuts down? It's going to get cold in the north. Really cold if it shuts down. What happens when it gets really cold? Then the snow don't melt. What happens when the snow don't melt? The albedo, the earth increases. It gets more reflective. As earth gets more reflective, it's going to cool down. And so then it goes back the other way. It's you know, it's kind of like a self-correcting mechanism in our system it's a control mechanism that may put us back into a cooler climate. Could start an ice age, but then again, we might be on the way to that anyway. So, you know, our interglacial is getting kind of long in the tooth. But Hey, Yobi, how you doing? So let's go through this. I'm going to try to finish the articles, then I'll chat some more, guys. Guys, we got a big exercise going, a global naval exercise, and it's just American. We're not putting our partners in it. We got 25,000 sailors, 50 commands across 22 time zones. That means there's only 2 time zones that's not involved. U.S. Navy and Marines are gearing up for this huge exercise. And it's kind of interesting that they're doing, they're not pointing out any one particular adversary. You can imagine that China is the number one, but they're also concerned about North Korea and Iran and somewhat Russia. But man, we're actually sending more ships over to Iran, ships, F-35s. One of our subscribers in the channel sent me an email and said we need to pray for her daughter because she's on one of those ships. I asked her which one because there was like 2 ships there. I didn't get a reply from her. So that might be something we'll pray for here at the end. So we got service people over there, and we hope nothing bad happens with them. Mini ice age, no heat in Northern Europe, snowball. Hey, you know what? We had a cold winter here this year. In fact, here, I'm not seeing 100 degrees yet this summer. In fact, I think it's just been in, like 94. It's not been a super hot summer here. It has been in the Southwest, but not here. All the forecasts used to tell us it was going to get hotter and dry out here in the Southeast. Now we're getting tons of rain. We have been getting them for years. Hey, Nick. All righty, so Russia launches the Kinzhal missiles toward Kyiv. I don't know how to say that. Kimlin Stabinsky, I can't say that. Kirovog, yeah, however you say these different oblasts here. So Russia's been really kicking out the missiles lately. And they may not run out of them anytime soon because they're getting resupply from China. So if you thought they were going to be running low on stuff like that, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we run low quicker because China is the world's factory. China can outproduce us many, many times over. And that's the problem we're going to have dealing with China. So let's see here. Russia's preparing for the blockade in the Black Sea, blockade Ukraine. And that's some of the bombing they've done up there. But NATO will step up security in Black Sea region after Russia declares parts are unsafe for shipment. Oh, really? Now, what they're really talking about in here is surveillance, at least for now. We know there's been a couple of planes that come up missing that they're not saying anything about. What happened? That's just too weird. Too weird. Just right after Russia declared anything going toward Odessa would be considered, any vessel would be considered a military vessel. And then we flew a manned military airplane straight toward Odessa. And it ain't been seen since. What happened? I don't know. It's crickets, guys, crickets. Harried by Ukraine's drone boats, a Russian naval ship goes hunting for grain ships. So they're out hunting, but drones are after them. I don't think a drone is probably going to take out that ship, but I don't know, maybe. So depends on what they put on it. It takes a lot to take a ship out. Everything's fine, Greg. Okay, John, nothing to see here. Exactly. That's nothing happened, nothing to see. Makes you wonder. The crickets make me wonder more than anything. So Russia's advanced in one area, a couple kilometers, about 1.5 miles. It's a slow slugfest because with all the stuff going on, you decided that advances slowly. But on the other hand, Ukraine is claiming that they got the Russians routed near Bakhmut. Ukraine smashes through Russian defense in Bakhmut and sends Putin forces fleeing, according to this article. Well, if they actually break through the lines and get in behind the lines, the Russians will be in trouble. But is that actually the case? I don't think that's the case yet. This article makes you think that. Maybe it is, but I don't think they've actually smashed all the way through the defenses so they can do a flank behind them. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I'm thinking that's not yet the case, or that would be a bigger news item than what it is. Much bigger news item than what it is. Moose hunting with RPG. You just about need an RPG for a moose. US F-35 fighters arrive in the Middle East to deter Iran. Guys, I mean, how many hotspots are there in the world right now? Iran, North Korea. You know, we just sent another submarine up to North Korea. We just sent a submarine over to UK. We've always been sending submarines to UK, but suddenly now we're announcing it. It's like, you know, we're probably just trying to draw Putin's attention to things that we typically always do. So, you know, I don't know about that. That don't sound too earth-shattering to me. And here's something saying we may be underestimating the climate risk to crops. Well, you know, that might be right, guys, because we have had a lot of crop failures going on. China has had a lot of crop failures. So you can expect China's trying to buy as much grain as they can. That's what I've been warning y'all, especially since there's going to be less grain coming out of the Ukraine and India. They're going to be early on buying off the spot market and buying up grain. And even right here in the United States, we might find ourselves short because China's bought it all before we figure out what's going on. That's what I worry about for our supply of food right here. It's also going to drive the prices up, guys, because they're stocking for war in China. They're trying to stock up more than what they need, but they're not producing either. Russian Ministry of Defense said, what was that, Patrick? So, the maritime humanitarian corridor has been terminated. All ships going across the Black Sea to Ukrainian ports will be considered potential. Yeah, carries a military purpose cargoes. You're right. That's what he said. And they said they're all considered military vessels, targets. Hey, big worm, don't eat grain. I don't either. But, you know, they feed it to a lot of livestock. You know, I do eat meat. Meat, some vegetables. You know, I'm basically a carnivore. So Jim Rickards is saying this BRICS currency will leverage gold to destroy the dollar. Well, you know, guys, I've been telling you that. Don't take Jim Rickards to tell you that. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to do an interview tomorrow with Ken Schwartz. Ken Schwartz he's working as a rocket scientist these days, doing space program stuff for India, but he's an inventor, but his actual degree is in economics. Y'all know him from C60. He's a guy that come up with the C60 company. He found a good way to have a purified C60 available to you guys. So we're going to talk about the economy tomorrow. So alarming evidence, China's links. Yeah, guys, I've been talking about the colleges. I've been telling you about how they're connected in the colleges. Samuel Turner says, Greg, do you think Lee is right about P8 being shot down with each passing day and no official comment in US? I feel he may have I don't know. You know, it's hard to say. The thing that gets my interest on those, he did show, and I've looked back at it myself on the NASA fires system. You can see right where it disappeared on radar, there were fires in the ocean. And, you know, fires just don't normally burn in the ocean. It means something was down there burning. It could be coincidental. And I said that in my video. I said it could all be coincidental. But it's really strange that we've not heard anything. And it was never seen landing again. You're supposed to turn those transponders on before they land, and nobody ever saw it land. Now, I can't say with certainty what happened. I can't even say with certainty that anything did happen. But it's highly suspicious. That was my point. Oh, squirrels and dumplings. There you go, Rolly. Hey, I like just fried squirrel. Heck yeah, squirrel. Love it. I know how to skin a squirrel, guys. All right. Now, guys, here's something I want y'all to pay attention to. You can go to freedomrestorationfoundation.org and act on this. Every liberty-loving American should support this Schmidt-Paul bill to end the weaponization of government. There we go. So there is a bill out there to do something we need done. Because among other things, you come down here, the points of this bill is federal employees shall not use their official positions to influence content moderation decisions at social media platforms and media organizations. Federal agencies shall not enter into partnerships with third parties to monitor social media content or receive free advertising on the platform. Federal employees and individual perpetrators who violate the above will be subject to discipline, including monetary fines, permanent loss of security clearances, and forfeitures of all pensions. and other government benefits. Now, see, this is hard hit. Any contractor found guilty of violating these provisions would be permanently ineligible for working under future government contracts. Individuals harmed by a violation will have the right to sue the federal government and actors who abused their power. Guys, this is huge. This is huge. Agencies will be required to report on an ongoing basis to both the Office of Management and Budget and Congress any violations of the prohibition on communications between employees and platforms mentioned above. The Disinformation Governance Board and any future iteration of it is permanently disbanded. Oh my gosh. Forbids the executive branch, maybe I said it right to start with, from issuing any grants related to programming on mis and disinformation. Federal grant recipients shall certify that they do not create or promote list of media organizations who they deem to be mis or disinformation. Blocks a president from using emergency powers to unilaterally take control of the internet and other communications tools. Man, this is huge. Ends the FOIA exemptions. So you should be able to use the FOIA to figure the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, to find out what the government's doing, but they try to hide it, bury it with these exemptions. Ends FOIA exemptions for records related to communications between covered providers and government employees. Wow. Guys, go to freedomrestorationfoundation.org. The links will be below. Go to the Action Center page, scroll down, figure out how to contact your Congress critters and tell them. Guys, jump all over this. If you do anything, if you've never been to freedomrestorationfoundation.org, do it now. If you're not doing it, don't complain to me when I get taken off air. Earthquakes, guys. The earth is shaking and quaking. Look down in here. Holy smoke. They got some big ones down in this area right here. Big ones. All right. So let's, and we got a West Coast been pretty active. Alaska. We got our volcano over here going off. Just keeps erupting. Shoot, it might get us cooling down. Of course, West Texas and New Mexico, man, they always got something going on over there. And of course, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is like perpetual, always quaking. Not too many right now, though. Not as many as they normally have. Alaska. What was that one? Let's get a little closer now. That's Denali Park. Yep. Sand Point. Yeah, that's where that volcano is at, guys. False Pass. That means it's nearly not a pass. Looks like a pass. Japan always got something going on. Philippines. Look down here, guys. Man, they got a bunch of them right here. All around here, a bunch of them. Let's see if we can scroll in a little closer. Hotbed right here. Vanuatu. Of course, we got that Tonga area, and that's where a big undersea volcano went off. Tonga, Hafe, Tonga, something, I don't know, big long name. So, but if we go over here, wow, that's a ton of them. It's a 6.4 right there. It's hard to tell these apart. I'm gonna try to grab this on the outside right here. So what that one is. I'll keep grabbing that one. Let me scroll in some more. All right. Now that may be the one I was grabbing. Is that it? That's a 6.4. Wow. Tons of earthquakes right here, guys. This place is shaking. I wouldn't want to be in Vanuatu right now. I get some tsunamis out of that. That's some big earthquakes. 5.0 in the Loyalty Islands. Are you loyal? That'd be a place to go. Papua New Guinea. Papa's popping. 4.3. I think I heard it was a bigger one there earlier. Up here in Malaysia. Oh, that's the Philippines. 5.2. Indonesia. Flores Sea. 5.1. Yep. close to Island Flores. That's where they found the Hobbit man, right? Well, luckily Krakatoa's quiet. So Krakatoa ain't erupting tonight. Not majorly anyway. Yeah, I thought there was one over here in Turkey, but I guess it's just come off the chart. Last time I looked, it was showing one around Turkey. All right, guys, so that's the earthquake news. Weather. All right, Phoenix has cooled down a little bit to 98. Cooled down to 98. Texas City, no way. Oh, I find safety and Nacho, I can't even pronounce that with a GD. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? Strange name on EAM. Really? What's blast on the EAMs right now? Is Lee live with the EAM broadcast? Maybe that's why I only got 176 in the room. Is Lee live right now? Let's go to Maine. We'll start from Maine and work our way around. We got Liverpool in the house, so we got to go to England tonight. All right, kind of warm up Maine. It's up to 70. Houghton 70. So I wish it's 70 here. Lake Erie 70. Toronto 70. Toronto's, last time I went there, was a beautiful city. 75 in Hunts Patch. 77 at Hotlanta. Birmingham is 80. Birmingham. Montgomery 79. Grenada, Mississippi. That was an island, didn't you? And Jackson, both 77. Jacksonville, Florida, 79. Tallahassee, 75. You know, our friend, let's see here. Nightman's wife is in this area. Dallas, 86. Oops, we just advanced the schedule. Let's go back. What happened? We'll be over here. Dallas is 86. That's where Lee is at. Roswell's 88. Did y'all watch the testimony today? Speaking of Roswell. Flagstaff's cooled down to 68. Tucson, now see, Tucson's farther south than Phoenix, but Tucson ain't got quite as much asphalt as Phoenix. Phoenix is also closer to this area. This is a heat island area anyway. Yes, it was hot up here today. Started mowing at 6 a.m. By 12, it was time to jump into a lake. There you go. I think Jesse's in the house, right? Aren't you in the house, Jesse? Big difference between snow, show low and all right. Snowflake is 77. Just a tad bit warmer than here. Flagstaff 68. Man, I'd like to go to Flagstaff right now. Big difference between Flagstaff and Phoenix, 30 degrees difference. San Diego 70. Just like in Maine. It's way down the south, west. San Fran is 59. Check it out. Burning up. Burning up. Of course, Lost Vegas is 100, but Lost Angels is 75. Eureka, 75. Okay, we got guys, we need to pray for Chewy Weather. He's had some major surgery. Trying to help somebody run a lemonade stand. He hurt himself. A step. All right, so it's mostly the 60s in interior Oregon. Burns is warmer. That's a good name to be warmer. Burns. Probably see, look here, 55 up here. Florence 57, Newport. Eugene, Oregon is 62. Salem 62. Portland 64. I had a repair job done in Eugene once. I didn't want to stop until I got there. I wanted to get away from all the bigger cities. Get a repair job done on a pickup truck when I drove down from Alaska. All righty. Washington State, Forks is 55. Seattle is 62. Spokane 64. Zola is 64. Now, say you got the Bitterroot Mountains here. Bitterroot Mountains are some of the prettiest areas in the lower 48. Some pretty mountains up through there. Bitterroots. Been through there. Seen them myself. Of course, as you're going down into Vancouver, and you come down the Fraser River Canyon. That is a heck of a beautiful drive. And it's like being in, makes me think of being in the Alps. Beautiful mountains. Vancouver is 62. All right, 100-mile house, 53. Must be on a roadhouse. Roadhouse is big. Okay, is Arnold in the house? There he is. There's Arnold. Yes, I said that Connor passed away. Oh, 56 years old. Who is O'Connor? All right, Arnold, you're got some 60s in lower Alberta. Calgary's 53, though. Red Deer's 57. Edmonton is 57. Dawson will come up in here. Look, we got a Viking, Alberta, 55. And we got some relatives, distant relatives there. Yow. Barnhead, there's a good name. Barnhead, 52. Fox Creek, 53. Kind of rings a bell. Red Deer, 57. Checking Alberta out. Slave Lake, 57. Alberta's huge, huge. British Columbia is huge. How's the fires up there? Jess says, Greg, Tucson is colder than Phoenix because Tucson is a higher altitude. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you, Jesse. Jesse's good with the geology of the area. He knows all about where the volcanic stuff's at, all kind of geological stuff about that area in Arizona. Mayo, man, makes me want a mater sandwich. Mayo, Yukon. Mayo. Slap a mater on a sandwich and off we go. I'm gonna smear this sandwich all over my face. Delta Junction, 68. I lived there for 2 years. Delta Junction. Well, next to us at Fort Greeley, Fairbanks is 73. Wow, pretty well. Valdez is 55. Anchorage is 59. Homer is 55. Seward, 53. We got anybody from Alaska in the house tonight? We usually got one or two people from Alaska. Barnhead, you mean Chrosniak? Oh, we got 174 in the house and only 121 thumbs up. All right, guys, help me out. Help me out, guys. The Saxon of Riverstone. I live in Calgary. There you go. AB. Where's AB? Deering, 47. All right. Nome. Where's Nome? Is 59. Kotzebue, 64. I'd like to go to Kotzebue one day. Derek Wayne says, working on producing lion's mane on a large scale. Can I give the spent medium to worms? Yeah, you can. Absolutely. All right, Derek, I'm planning to start some of that up myself here soon. All right, Barra. Point Barra is 41 degrees. I guess we're happy anytime they're above freezing. Dead Horse, 48. Imagine if you put some horses up there, you'd have to be careful. They would be dead. Toke it up. There is a toke in Alaska. I have to zoom in to see toke, I guess. I've been through Toke, Alaska. It's on the Alaska Highway. There's Dawson City. There's a highway right there. How come toke ain't showing up? I don't know. Where's it at? I ain't seen no toke. Maybe they don't have a weather. Maybe they don't have any thermometers in toke. Where's toke? And it should be back here. I bet that's it right there. Where's toke at? That ain't down the Canadian border. More back this way. That ought to be it. Pretty close. One toke over the line, sweet Jesus. This is all Fort Greely. Fort Greely is huge. Maybe the least populated base, but it's the biggest base actually in the U.S. military. What is this? There it is. I told you there was a toke. I told you it should be right about there. I wasn't lying. I just had to keep going in. There you go, guys. Hey, Alaska's here. Hey, Mag Rising. There it is. One toke over the line. Wow, they even got an intersection in Toke. Holy guac and smoke-a-moly. They got 2 roads at least. No wonder it's a town. Mag Rising, what do you think of the population of Toke, Alaska is? Over to Diamond's channel for a toke. Yeah, no kidding. I don't do that. Me no do that. Diamond do. Rexy, my buddy Rexy does. Me and no do that. Alrighty, guys. I know we got Liverpool in the house. We'll have to go to England. We'll go to, just on this side, we'll go down to Australia first. Assuming we got somebody. Ooh, look at that storm. Taiwan getting pounded on the on its eastern side of this storm here. Yeah, that's the northwest quadrant of it. Get that, guys. Anybody know the name of that typhoon? 1214 is the population of Toke. Well, thank you, Derek. Well, that's a big city for Alaska, 1,214 people. Back in the day when I lived at Fort Greely, you could have drawn a circle 100 miles around Fort Greely. I believe if you did that, you only got 2,000 people inside, soldiers and civilians and all. Well, maybe a little bit short of 100 miles, because 100 miles was the nearest red light, which was in just as you went into Fairbanks. All right, it's winter down here, but this is up toward the equator. Weepa 87, Darwin 82. It's always hotter right here. Of course, it's right. The equator's right up here, guys. That's the tropics. Canberra's 53. Melbourne's 59. Australia goes from the tropics to the Antarctic. You see down here, it's snowing. That's the Antarctic Ocean. There's Antarctica. Hobart, Tasmania, 53. You got everybody in the house from tonight from down in this area. We got Scooby Snacks here tonight. Christchurch, 46. And then, if I'm saying it right, it's 43. New Plymouth's 50, Auckland's 52. All right, we're about to head up to Europe. Lithuania's got some monsoons. Bangladesh, probably a relief. It's not too hot over there. It's daytime. See, I thought this place was getting cooked, but I guess that rain's cooled it down. Kuwait City's 100. Well, that's out here in the desert. 100. Riyadh's 100. Ankara's 88. That's where Amsterdam 61. It ain't too hot up there in Europe. Look at that, guys. It's daytime everywhere but now. Warsaw's 59. Minsk Looking Chico's at. He's 59. He's got some rain, some storms. The Wagner group is getting rained on right now. That's an army. We said it didn't rain in the army, it rained on the army. Sevastopol is 84. Rostov-on-Don, where Grozin went through, took it, was 82. He went through Vorozhnev, which is 77. He was bugging up to here and he stopped, probably around Tula, probably. But Putin is 66 degrees. Putin is cool as a cucumber, 66 degrees. No wonder they like to go to the Sevastopol vacation. All right, let's get over here. Check out England. London, 62. Dublin, 61. Yeah, Inverness, 55. Kind of cool. Where's all that global burning? Birmingham. I showed you Birmingham, Alabama a little bit ago. Birmingham up here is a little bit cooler, almost about 20 degrees cooler. Ipswich. I always thought that was a funny name for a place. 62. Plymouth, 62. A lot of Plymouths. Oh, wait, there it is. There's Liverpool. 64 in Liverpool. Manchester, 61. We had a Manchester Road where I lived in. At Fort Bragg once upon a time. Actually, it's closer to Pope Air Force Base. Hull, 62. There's a Douglas, Alabama, right close to where I grew up. There's also a Douglas, Georgia, 61. Dundee, here in Scotland, 55. Inverness, 55. You see this shift right here? If I'm not wrong, I think this section of land here was originally on the North American plate. It got ripped loose. Stayed with Europe. That big rift there. There's Loch Ness is somewhere in here. Is Nessie in here? If we look close enough, we're going to see Nessie. Where's Nessie at? Anyway. All right, enough of that stuff. What did Rolly say? Oh, you're west of Brisbane. Okay. We got some bit of a storm in out here. Ain't a heavy storm, and there's some wind vortex. There's some pretty good wind. Expect that in the North Sea. All right, let's go to space weather. All right, guys, here's something to watch out for. Look at this. Big far side sunspot. There's a sunspot on the other side of the sun. I said spun. That is so huge, it's got the whole sun shaking and quaking. It's a really big sunspot. Look here, the whole sun vibrates. Far side sunspot, so large. And look, it's throwing out coronal mass ejections over there. Huge coronal mass ejections going out on the other side of the sun. There've been quite a few on the other side of the sun. Let's hope they stay there. Nessie's messy, John. Look at that. Let's see them zero in it. Oh, what is all that? Comet. Didn't expect to see a comet when I clicked on that picture. All right. Yeah, some sunspots here, not as intense as it was the other day. See, they're getting close to the equator. That means we are approaching solar max. Leave us, Stan. Good night, Stan. Appreciate you being here. I won't be here much longer. New days. Instead of interested in this C60 thoughts. Okay, I'll show you some. Hey, I got a new C60 thing. I'll show you in a minute. I'll stop all this sharing. We're almost there. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go down here and look at asteroids. Nothing that we know of coming between the Earth and the moon. Now that's almost 2 times the distance of the moon out. 22 meters. That's a pretty good sized rock. But nothing getting too close to us. The biggest rock out here is over 1/2 kilometer wide, but it's going to miss us by over 14 times the linear distance away. So I expect some of the British rags will publish an article about this in a day or two. It says it's going to whiz by the Earth. I says those articles from so many times. Yeah, it's got a fair little clip on it. This is moving faster at 21.4 on this one. Well, that's a good size one, 145 meters, excuse me. This one's 377. No, we don't want to be hit by any of these rocks or that one. Fortunately, they're missing us by a wide berth. So you can be thankful for that one. We don't have any asteroids identified of appreciable size that are expected to hit our planet in the next 100 years. That's the good news. Bad news is there might be something we haven't discovered yet, but we are actively trying to find them, especially all the bigger ones. Comet Pond's headed toward the sun. Okay. Now, a comet could come in from the Oort cloud or the Kuiper belt that we don't know jack diddle about, especially in the Oort cloud. So you could always be at risk from a comet. Yeah, there's one that's like 96 miles wide. It's not going to come inside the orbit of Jupiter, fortunately, but it's coming toward this inner solar system. It's going to stay way out there. That's a good thing. That's a humongous comet. That one would, even just pieces of that breaking off could be huge trouble. Huge trouble. A comet that big would probably have a lot of pieces coming off of it. All right, guys, we'll stop the share. Hello. All right. I guess New Days, you shared our link to the Freedom Restoration Foundation. There it is. Excuse me, guys, for getting so close here. Freak you out. I want to play a little video here. I just got a new video. I asked for it because I saw it as a commercial. And I got the C60 org to send it to me. So I just got it. Y'all have never seen it, at least on my channel. When I do Ken Swartz tomorrow, you'll see it again. Hang on, guys. Let me pull this video open and do a share on it. Ding, 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 ding. I kind of like this one. I'm a spacey guy. It's a spacey video. Y'all know I'm a space guy, right? Got another channel called Galactic Rays. I should do more work on that. All righty, let's do a screen share. Let's take you to this video. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, what's going on there? All right, ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Here we go.
In 1996, a Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to scientists for discovering a molecule found between the stars. Named carbon-60 or C60, this unique soccer ball-shaped molecule has potential for scientific breakthroughs ranging from astronomy to medicine. But this mysterious space molecule's distinct structure and size had another fascinating attribute: its ability to neutralize toxic free radicals and lift a cell's oxidative burden makes it the single most powerful antioxidant yet discovered. So we did what any responsible scientist would do. We turned it into a gummy. Discover newfound energy, mental clarity, better performance, and even faster recovery time with C60 gummies.
I think that's funny. We did what any responsible scientists would do. We turned it into a gummy. And it's yummy. Tart cherry. And they are tart. When I saw a commercial, I died laughing. I thought that's great. I got a good copy of that. Anyway. What do y'all think? Is that funny? It's good though. Yeah. It's good. Stuff changes your life. There you go. Mm-hmm. Hey, that C60 molecule can really neutralize a lot of free radicals, a whole lot of them. It's amazing what it can do with free radicals. Wow. Very powerful antioxidant. All right, guys. So let's You know what? I'm going to show you the website for that in a second. Hang on. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to open this thing up again. And I got a new code, GreenGregs10. If you go to shopc60.com and use GreenGregs10, GreenGregs10 as your coupon code, you get 10% off. And I will get credit for it now. I never did before. Now I'm in as an affiliate marketer for it. So that was my announcement that I'm an affiliate marketer for this C60. Let me do a share screen again. Ding, ding, ding. And I will try to show you the website for that. There we go. Okay. Use my coupon code, please. That'll help me and help you. So you can get off. And they got the avocado oil. They got the coconut oil. And you get a lot of other stuff here too. You can even get C60 for your pets. There's that tart cherry. There's the cinnamon. Yeah, guys. All righty. Stop the share. Bing, 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 bing. I like cinnamon. And like I said, there's the stuff. That's the coconut oil. I don't want to focus the stupid camera. And here's the avocado oil. Got it all. Ding, 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 ding. All right, guys. Let me check the chat room now. All right, it's time to check the chat. All right, it's raining. Rain just started. Colorado, okay. Some politicians would puke if they took a truth serum. It would probably burn up like the Wicked Witch of, what was it, the East or the West? Which one was it? And the Wizard of Oz put water on, she burnt. Yeah, a little water. She burned up. Oh, Spring, you look great. Be strong. Okay, says Rolly. Spring, I'm alive. That's what I care about. All right, it's good. Being alive. Spend all your money on Hennessy. Uh-oh. Dutch Dooley, did you see you had met with Shogu? You mean General Shogu? The head of the defense minister of Russia? I had a stroke at 27. Oh, wow, Sabrina. Ow. That's rough. I got Bell's palsy 20 years ago. I'm old, Rolly. Kyle Powers. All right. Yeah, we need to say a prayer for Sabrina and one for Rolly. Who's old, Sabrina? Mitch McConnell must be drinking the same stuff Biden is. Oh, yeah, he froze up on camera. Sure enough, isn't that interesting? Imagine how many people live in Mammoth Cave. Quite a few. Mammoth Cave is huge. Quite a few. 10 times more people in Houston, Texas area than Alaska. Sounds about right. When I was in Alaska, there wasn't about 250,000 people up there. I think there's more than that now in Anchorage. Philippines getting a typhoon. Yeah, we saw that. Well, it looks like it's hitting up into Taiwan now too. It's south of Taiwan, heading for China, dragon country. Come back through the chats here. Okay, John, if you're still with us, good night. John Digger, Toke it up. Slab City. I'm about to move to Slab City, but it's 120 degrees out there. Are you sure you want to go there in 120 degrees? Lottie, Slab City. That's an interesting place. Never been there myself. Live in Calgary. Okay, Saxon Riverstone. I got 154 thumbs up. Appreciate if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, please do. And Menifee. There's a Menifee Road not far from here. 60 in Oregon. Okay. Ace Crawford, how you doing? Next month, I'd be concerned if it wasn't hot. Yeah, summertime, guys. Summertime. Stan says currently 73 degrees. This has been the coolest year in 25 that I've lived here. It ain't that hot. I mean, it's warm. I'm getting warm in my house. I don't have any AC here, but it's not near as hot as it has been. This is so far one of the coolest summers I've seen here. Now, Southwest has been cooking, yeah. But let's see here. Rolly says, I'm too far south in Texas, right on the border. Uh-oh. Probably see some action. What do you think about all the stink over the floats that Texas put in the Rio Grande? I just saw an article on it today. I could have put it in the articles I was showing you guys. Were talking about the administration suing them. But it was written by Texan, and he goes, really? You got to be kidding me. That's exactly what I think. Shaking and quaking. It is John Digler, excuse me. John Digler. Actually, I knew a guy named Driggers and a couple of guys with that name. John Digler. Derek Wayne, legalize and sanitize industrial. Yeah, well, yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff for ropes and sailcloth. Man, when I was a kid, all the rope was made out of that. That was good rope. There you go. New Days did share the Freedom Restoration Foundation. Snip the feet and pull the skin. Yeah, there you go. Fried squirrel. Use the tail. Look, use the tail for leverage. Put your foot on the tail. If you cut it right in the back, you can use the feet to pull it up. And put your foot on that tail and you just skin it just like that. You can skin a squirrel so fast and easy. If you don't know how to skin a squirrel, you can be working on it all day. But if you know how to, easy. I learned that as a kid. My brothers didn't learn the skinning trick. They had a hard time skinning. When I was real little, they went and got one squirrel hunting. They my mother baked up a big platter of squirrel. I probably was about 3-year-old. I got up on the chair and I looked at that and I said, I want a piece of that rat. My brothers couldn't eat anything. I had all I wanted. When I said that, they can't eat it. It didn't bother me none. I love squirrel. I always have. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay, John. Rice has little to no nutritional value. It's just carbs. But it's a food stuff for a lot of people. Tijuana. Leopolda Flower. Vote for Trump. Biden's worst trouble. Feeling safe when Trump's in office. Okay. I gotta say one thing. He comes back in office, I would think he's going to be after the state that's kind of deep down, if you know what I mean. Be careful how I say it on here. Well, that exercise was delayed due to extreme temperatures. Hey, Blackwater. Dr. Bradley is really good. He's a smart guy. He's got a PhD in electrical engineering. He's got his own lab. He tests stuff. Yeah, he's got good stuff. I mean, he'd recommend, if you want a surge protector, get the Siemens because it's made out of higher quality parts. And some of the stuff you see advertised a lot. But put the ferrite beads in this series. Now, there ain't nothing going to give you 100% protection, though. Cooking eggs on the tarmac in Arizona. Wow, John. Don't surprise me. I bet you could. New Day says Atlantic Conveyor was supposed to shut down back in 2012. That's true. You know, like I said, maybe Greta wrote that article. Did Greta write it? Okay, at the top, as far as I can scroll in this chat, goes back to Obi saying, hey, Greg, hope all's well. Through my lens, I've seen a video where they had destroyed the old growth forest for a solar farm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But they're also, even when they put it in the desert, when they're going over these Joshua trees and all a lot of the desert growth, you see these little plants up in the desert and you think there's not much to it. They got a huge root infrastructure underneath. That root infrastructure is what maintains these plants and gives them the ability to keep coming back in all that dry weather. And it's alive. What they're doing is they're killing that root infrastructure. And I've heard that increases carbon way more than what they're saving. Just it's releasing 10,000 years of stored carbon for these solar arrays. Now, this is all a game. Hey, see, Shelley. Prayers for all those in chat, especially those in need of prayers tonight. Thank you, Greg, and for caring for the family and subscribers. Well, thank you, and much respect to you too. I appreciate that. See, Shelley, salute. All right, guys. That's a nice super chat. I'm most appreciative. All right, guys. So everybody roll and tell us where you're from, where you're at. What we got in the house tonight? 158. We dropped a few. Where y'all at? Where's everybody at? All right. It takes a few minutes by the time I say something before it shows up on my screen. That's why we got a delay here. So we're living in perilous times, guys. You know, and I try to bring you guys the information about it. And, you know, I've been a prepper and a homesteader from way back. Houston, Bella Vista, Arkansas, Caddy, Texas. Hey, Sabrina. Let's see here. Full survival. I'm in my bunker in Alabama. you picking on a Brad over at the Full Spectrum Survival? A funny name there. All right, the real, I can't even say it, real calcium. I can't even say that. Squirrels, just a bald-tailed rat. Don't tell my wife. Dr. Strangelove, Missouri. Trenton, Georgia. Trenton, Gainesville, Florida. Okay. Hey, it's Nightman's wife. That's Dooley. South Central Indiana. NC, Cape Fear region. Okay. Northern California. Jupiter, Florida. Off grid, 6,800 foot in Northeast Arizona. Hey there, Keith. How you doing? Cape Fear, Arizona. Well, we got a few Arizonians in here tonight. Hoosick Falls, New York. All right, we got Kokomo, Indiana. I want to do a Beach Boys song. I hear Kokomo. It was Brad. Oh, yeah. There you go. Who's Brad? Alamo, Texas. Cypress, Texas. Alaska. Hey, we got another one in the house. One Coke to go. One Coke to go. One Coke over the line. Where in Alaska you got one Coke to go? Alaska's a huge place. Pensacola, Florida. We got Pioneer one from Australia. Texans are taking over. Okay, Derek. Cheaper, Florida was a home of Burt Reynolds. How about that? Utah. Hey, Granny, how you doing? See, there's Texas. I guess so with that cap. After jumping in the lake today, I climbed a 4-story fire tower at Peekaboo Mountain. Yeah, I got to come up here and go visit that Peekaboo Mountain. If only Texas could rule the U.S., I'd rather have Texas than the Beltway. Arkansas. Hey, redneck. Maui. Wow, Maui's in the house. I started singing that. All right, Dutch. One toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line. Loudy, loudy. Southwest Missouri. Okay, Jordana. All righty. Sabrina, home of the Toadies rock band and ZZ Top. Best dressed man. watching from Kimberly City, Missouri. All right, Jesse. Yeah, Keith and Jesse are pretty close. I might be out there in a week or two, maybe a couple of weeks. I got some things I got to do first. I'm still working my taxes. That's kicking my rear end. Texas rocks, man. So I got family in Texas. I got my daughter and 2 grandbabies in Texas. Anyway, guys, so Texas is part of my family now. Come on up, Greg. There you go. Long overdue. Yeah. All right, folks. We're family, so you know, family prays for family. We got people that's got some hurts and some issues. Rolly, Sabrina, and y'all told us stuff tonight. We ought to pray for y'all. Jesse Mills. You know, we got Chewy Weather. I don't see him tonight. You know, he just had surgery. He's he had some strokes. He'd been out doing logging and stuff, and he's about to go out and do logging again. So don't do it. Well, he decided to help a kid out the lemonade stand, and he misstepped somewhere and had to have surgery. Broke some stuff. He said something about having titanium rod. Yeah. Come home, Greg. Hey, really. So, yeah, we need to pray for him, Arnold. Let's see. We need to pray for New Days. She's about to have some surgery. And the Miss Mapley lady she's taking care of, who's been having a tough time. Of course, we got Granny Lana and mainly her granddaughter, Kaylee. And then we got my buddy, Randy Blythe from Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, who's going downhill. He needs some prayers. And his wife, Susan, she's having to cope with this and stuff on her. So we need to pray for them. And oh, yeah, I didn't mean to take a dig at certain YouTube providers when I was talking about some stuff. Hey, this is a gift from Canadian Prepper. These silky saws. I don't sell these. I ain't got no skin in this game other than, hey, it's a good solid piece, man. I'll give him a promotion here, promo. I like Nate. All right, so we need to pray for Chewy. Yes. All right, let's. Love to take you out to dinner when you're in Texas. Okay, Anna. Where in Texas are you, Anna? If I go visit my family, I'd be in Spring, Texas. Well, if I'm running back and forth to Arizona, I might be running through Dallas. It's such a long drive. Spring, Texas is a huge detour. Best saws ever. Yeah, those are good saws. He's got another bigger than that he's promoting. So, yeah, there you go. I got 2 of them. I got I actually bought this one, and he gave me the other one. So I got 2 of these now. That one over there is more solid than this one. They're all good. These are good. I've cut stuff with this. It's good saws. You know, I've got a couple smaller ones I bought at a backpack place. This is better than the ones I get at the backpacking places. You see some. Oh yeah, there you go. You see some wood in there. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I've done sawing with this one. I got to go out and do the other one, saw with it. So I got some branches I got to cut off. Canadian Prepper was just showing the Bad Larry off the other. Bad Larry? What do you mean Bad Larry? Tara, what's the Bad Larry? Bad Larry off. Hey, I tell you what, that building he built, that thing rocks. That little house he built out there, that thing rocks. Was Harnack here? I hadn't seen Wendy. Yeah, we can pray for Wendy. Yeah, let's pray for Lee. He's had some issues. That saw would be a great alligator garter cleaner. There you go. I want a sharp knife for that. Might get it started though. Cypress, northwest of Houston. Okay. Probably not too far from Spring then. What's that place up there? King something, where the I can't remember the full name, but where I went by and saw that Sustainable Harvesters aquaponics operation. Springtown, great shop. I got a Gambro Professional. Okay. Make a nice lean-to. Oh, yeah. Bunky. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's Bunky. That's what he called it. That's right. Tiffany, very good. More people watch Canadian Prepper on my channel than any other channel. Yes, the #1 channel you guys watch. The #2 channel y'all watch is I watch Brad with Full Spectrum Survival. Yeah, I can see who the top 15 channels are that you guys watch. All right, folks, let's do the prayer real quick. Dang, my computer just crashed. Uh-oh. I keep my saw in my car for protection against driving through Houston. Oh, Lord, Sabrina. Sabrina, you in the Houston area too? Looks like we got a lot of people down in the Houston area. All the door. Good morning from Denmark. All right. Denmark, good to see you. All right. You ever go into Bjorn's chat room up in Norway? I've gone in his chat room a few times. I see some of y'all in there every once in a while. Yeah. All right, Tara. All right, folks. This is not a religious channel, but we're family. So we family prays for family, but I don't tell you how to pray. So Kingwood, I remember exactly. It's northwest of Houston. Northwest of Houston. It's west of Spring. Not too far. It's not a long drive. I just can't remember the name of the town. It's King something. King something. Just a little place. Indiana. All right, Slapjack, how you doing? We're about done here. All right, let's do a quick prayer for folks we talked about. Like I said, we're not a religious channel. I don't tell you how to pray, and I'm not going to pray out loud because I'm not trying to lead you in prayer. And some of you may not have any belief. That's fine too. A moment of silence can be golden. We just do this because I think it helps. I do believe in a greater creator. I watch Greg and nothing fancy. Hey, big worm. Nothing fancy here either. I don't think so. Anything fancy on my channel? Don't pray to IL. What's IL, James? Well, it ain't Kingman. No, not California, that's for sure. All right, folks, let's do a quick prayer session here. Amen. Yeah, I prayed for world peace too. I'm in Juniper Ridge. I'm Pinedale. Houston's 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, Sabrina. All right. One more thing. Two more things. Let's see. Computer ain't maxed out. Might start selling worms again here soon, guys. Might start delivering worms again soon. All right, hang on. Why does Survival Tribe Network take so long to load? There it is. Come back and do share one more time. Ding, 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 ding. We're about done, guys. I'm going to share something. Just make sure y'all know what I'm talking about. I just showed that build earlier. The one that's this bill right here, guys. The Schmidt-Paul bill to end the weaponization of government. If you never contacted a Congress critter, you ought to do it over this. So, boom. The thing you can do to do that is go here to Freedom Restoration Foundation. Click on the Action Center. Scroll down past all these alerts. Hey, I'm about to get a new webmaster. We'll be able to update all this stuff soon. And down here, tells you how to make your voice count, the basics, how to track bills on a national level. It's your state, how to track bills in your state, how to find your state legislators' websites. So find out who's representing you in your state. This is how to find your member of the House of Representatives, your congressman, and how to find your senators is in here too. That's your congressman. Your senators you find right here. But look, this is a Capitol Hill switch number. If you just have this number, 202-224-3121. You press 1 for Senate or 2 for the House of Representatives. You can get your Congress critter's office on the phone. As you hear about send an email, you'll find an email on your representatives' websites. Calling, you can call with that number. Writing, what to write. Do not overwhelm the reader. What to say on a telephone. Again, 1 for Senate, 2 for House. There's a switchboard number again. And again, there's all the resources all together right here for the federal or the state. There's some liberties we don't want to be losing, guys. All right. See, on my channel, we're here about solutions. We don't believe in just taking everything laying down. All righty. Also, we're here to form a survival tribe network. Guys, this network is for us. It's for you, for me. Just come in here and join it. Then go into the, once you join it, you can go into community search. You don't have to use your real name. You don't have to tell them exactly where you live. You don't want to do that. You're a prepper. But just what area you're in, what city you're near to. That's good enough. So when you go into community search, you'll find people that's close to you. You can start contacting them through here and see if you got enough in common to start a survival tribe, survival network, whatever you want to call it, so that you can have each other's back, guys. So this is what you need to do. Just to show you everybody in here, and some people can use a moniker. Wise Owl set this website up out of her own pocket. And there's a picture of Wise Owl. See, you can use a moniker. It works. I'm the knucklehead that puts my name out on the internet, but hey, I sell worms. It's not like I can hide. All righty. So we're all about solutions. We're all about taking care of stuff. You know, so we need to form a network of these. We need to get these tribes going. We need to form a network of these tribes so we can communicate, share, and trade with each other. I guess we need our own monetary system to be able to do the trading when the CBDCs come out. That's one of the reasons I back stuff like gold backs. Yeah, that's why I'm promoting these things here. Yeah, we got a new code for that too, guys. We'll talk about these tomorrow. A bit more when I talk to Ken Swartz. Use Green Greg's as a code here. You get 1% off. Buythegrid.com. Cool thing about gold backs is they're not backed by gold. They are gold. Printed in a bill. A nice little portable, fungible amount. That's only 1/1000. The one note's 1/1000th of a troy ounce. Buy local bread with that. Try that with a gold coin or a gold bar. You got to shave it off. But how do you checkout registers don't have scales on them, unfortunately, these days. Not usually. Check it out, guys. I think that's with everything coming. That's something to consider. I don't know. I'm showing too many different promotions here, but that ties in with the tribes, the survival, having some means of transacting among ourselves. We need a means of communication. At least trying to set up a network. Maybe we can use that network. So that's all things to think about. No borders, no country. Exactly, James. No kidding. No kidding. But the party on the left don't want us to have any borders. They figured all them people running across the border will vote for them, vote them into permanent power. We're trying to permanently change our country. Fortunately for us, actually, a lot of the Mexicans, they're conservative people. Once they get in, once they figure out that side hand and all that stuff don't really match their values, a lot of them switch. Fortunately, it might take them a little bit. One world, yeah, that's what they're shooting for. Yeah, that Fed now, they want to transact that around the world. Fed now. It just froze. Uh-oh, maybe the network froze me. Anybody else see me freezing? Hope not. I always worry I'll step on. When you stand in the positions I got, talking about the stuff I talk about, and they're on YouTube, it's like walking on thin ice, wearing cleats in an earthquake with artillery rounds hitting the lake. It's very challenging. Microburst storm came and gone. Oh, wow. Hope you're okay, Sub-Zero. James, how you doing? All right, guys, we've been on 97 minutes, over an hour and a half. We need to go. Covered everything that I was wanting to talk about tonight, and then some. We may be a little too optimistic about population density regarding survivors. Oh, I agree with you there. Gilbert, Arizona. Okay, Sub-Zero, that's good. Fine. Okay, Michelle, good to hear that. Thank you for the super chat. YT is freezing up. Okay, that's somebody else telling me. Uh-oh. Guys, that's another thing. Subscribe, bang that notification bell and click all. But mainly share my videos. Because the program, I get tons of people telling me I get notifications, tons of regular subscribers. So share my videos and check back on my channel frequently, just to make sure you're seeing everything. Check back frequently, share the videos, and those other things you can do to help with the algors that have no rhythm, such as going and make comments on the videos, comment to other people's comments, make sure you like it, like a few of their comments. Daka, Greg, rest, 5 a.m. There you go. Beta. If you're going to say Daka, I'll say Beta. Beta Sean. Daka Sean, Beta Sean. All right, 5 by 5. Very good. Victory Garden. Just grow Victory Garden. Absolutely. Raccoon stalking you. I used to have one around here. He did a funky chicken dance recently, though. For some strange reason. He was breakdancing. Don't join the woke military, protect the family. There you go. Good Mississippi outpost. Yeah, Nick, we're about to go. We've been on here for over an hour and a half, and I've covered everything I meant to cover tonight. So I want to say this. Thank you, Super Chatters. Y'all been awesome. Appreciate that. We had a good night with that. And I want to thank everybody for coming here and watching. Mods, thank you for all you do. New Days for sharing so many links like you do. So that is quite an effort. I appreciate you sharing all the links. That helps the channel, helps me. And I really appreciate that. So everybody just gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Just everybody being here. everybody that prayed for other members of our family here. Dr. Here Allison. Ah, yeah. Here Schmidt. All righty. Dr. Sean here Schmidt. Bad poison always makes critters break dance. All righty, folks. Mississippi is locked and loaded. There you go. Everyone needs to do. All right. Shield Maiden. How you doing, Shield Maiden? That's a good name. Shield Maiden. Hi, Green Rex. What about North Korea defense agreement with Russia? Yeah, they're pretty tight. North Korea's even talked about sending troops into Russia. All right. Every Nordic warrior needs a shield maiden. You can't see it. That little thing up there, that's Odin. All righty. So, all right, appreciate everybody. Skunks are cute but stink. Ain't that the truth? Like a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are cute, but they stink. All righty. All righty, folks. So I want to thank everybody for watching again. Yeah, I was about to go, but I keep seeing all these new comments from people just coming in. Thank you, Granny. All right, once again, thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, everyone that's gave me a thumbs up. If you hadn't given me a thumbs up, hit it on the way out. Wildcats rolling, skunks. Oh, my gosh. So, folks, thank you so much. Just remember, oh, yeah, there's good people in every corner of the planet, of every race, color, and creed, of every city, shire, and hamlet. You'll find good people in every neck of the woods. That's what we said around here. But, so just don't ever forget that. In UK, just woke up. Okay, Show Maiden, good to see you. Just woke up. Well, we're about to call night. Maybe you want to do a rewind on this. Hey, Colorado Jan, thank you so much. She sends me super chats in the mail. Colorado Jan does. Salute, Colorado Jan. But also remember, the problem in our world today is we got too much hatred. Too much. It's goofy. The stuff people are doing today to each other is nonsense. We need to cut it out. But we got to get love back in our society. We got to get respect for human life back in our society. So I always tell you, just like light, see that light? I got two big stage lights behind me here. Just like light in front of me. It's like light dispels the dark, love dispels hate. Go out and shine your love light in the world. So with that, I'm going to say once again, thank you for watching.